Now, if you do have a bad motor, you may have to actually replace it. So let me show you actually how to remove the motors out of a Royal Merlin 4 drink machine. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the motor on the front column here of column 3. To do that, I'm gonna need 2 tools. Mainly, it's gonna be a Phillips head screwdriver as well as a flathead screwdriver that we'll use as kind of a wedge or a prying tool. Again, I'll link above here for the top 5 tools that all new vendors will wanna have on hand whenever they go service their machine. So be sure you check that out. Now, to remove the motor we're just going to need to loosen this little screw here that's holding the cap that's on this rod. So basically there's a rod that runs through the entire motor and the back set of motors. So this rod has to come all the way out. So when you do this, you'll have to unload both columns. If you're going to remove the front motor here, you need to unload both columns. You need to remove the back motor, you have to unload it with product because as soon as you pull that rod out, the motor's just going to fall out if they have all that weight on there. So again, you need to make sure you unload the columns before you actually remove the rods. So to remove the rods here, now I had this machine actually unplugged. There's no power in this machine. You're going to want to do this as well. No power on the machine, so always work safe. So I'm going to take my Phillips head screwdriver and I'm going to go ahead and loosen the screw here. And that's going to allow me to take the stop off of the actual rod on the motor. I'm going to take the flathead screwdriver, come underneath here, and I'm going to pry out the rod a little bit. Now the rod's out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the rod all the way out. And this is the rod here. So when that's out, I'm going to reach underneath. I'm going to grab the cradle. I'm going to lift up. And this is going to allow me to pull out the entire motor assembly. And we've got a little Molex plug here, so I'm just going to unplug that. And this is what the actual cradle looks like along with the motor. Now the motor can be detached from the cradle, like so. I'm going to put the motor aside for right now. There's a couple little things here I want to point out on the cradle. Now there is a bushing. There is a bushing on the cradle on one side. So this is the side that the actual motor attaches to. This is the other side. So this bushing here sometimes can fall out. So keep an eye on that as you pull the motor out. This may slide down the chute. So make sure you always watch out for this little bushing. Don't lose it. The rear cradle has a similar bushing. It's sticks out a little bit further than that, but it can fall out too. So always keep an eye out for those bushings. Now this is the actual Vend motor. Now we've got the actual motor. The black piece here is the actual gearbox, and this is the drive shaft. Now this is a version 2 motor. On the Royal Merlin 4s, when they first came out, they actually had a white gearbox. Along with that problem with that one is that the gearbox is a bit weak. It had plastic motors in there, so the motors would end up stripping over time because of the load placed onto the motors by the bottles or the cans in the columns. So this is the version 2. I know it's version 2 because the gearbox is always black. Now there is a set gear or set stop pin, let's call it a stop pin, that's mounted right here. Now that pin goes into this oblong hole. Now this is a late model machine. Again, I can tell because this is an oblong hole. The first generation of these machines had a small hole where the white gearbox had a very tiny stop pin. So little tip for you, if you have the older style and you need to replace it and all you can get are the black version 2 motors, you will have to drill out that hole very, very carefully. You're just going to need to get the right size drill bit that matches up with this pin and then widen this hole up to get the newer style motors in there. So to install the motor back into the machine, again, it's going to be everything in reverse. Go ahead and attach the motor to the cradle. All right, so that's going to line up like this. Of course, I can't do it. There we go. So that's locked in place. Now I'm going to go underneath and I'm going to come up at an angle like this. Bring the motor in and then I'm going to latch it up like that. And then I'm going to run the rod through. So I'm going to reach in here and grab this. All right, so I've got the set pin in the hole. Now, I'm going to look in the back here and I'm going to try to find the actual hole the rod goes through because this is the tricky part of this. This is something that people can spend all day doing. I've certainly had this problem happen a few times on the phone with customers and myself as well. It just can't find you can't get the rod all the way through. So what I'm doing here, I'm pressing on the actual rod, I'm pushing forward on the rod, and I'm moving the back of the cradle up and down in the area where that hole may be, and see if I can kind of find it real quick here. So I'm gonna go up and down, so I'm kind of looking. There it is. So I got a little find the click there. Now I just throw the rod all the way back in. Pick this piece, take my Phillips head screwdriver, tighten down, and Here I'll go ahead and plug in the Molex plug, and we're just going to wrap the Molex plug up underneath here, out of the way. Now that motor's back in place. Actually, put that back up like this. Okay. There we go. And now that plug is now set and this motor's good to go.